So do you want to just
No bother.
start off and say how you Brighton first got in contact with you, like who were you playing with at the time, and was there any other clubs interested and stuff?
So I was at Coleraine at the time, and because I'd moved from Oxford when I was about 13 or 14, moved to Coleraine, and then they just come and watched a few games and stuff, and I was going over to different clubs at the time, like Liverpool, Chelsea, just Sunderland, like when they were in the Prem as well. And then went to Brighton when I was 14 for a trial. And I went there for a week and then came back and then didn't really go there again until I was about 16, and then went again, done well, and then they wanted to sign me, so moved over when I was 16.
And what made you choose Brighton over the other clubs you were on trial with? What made Brighton the place you wanted to go to?
I think it was just the best fit at the time. I loved the place, still do. The facilities are class. What they were trying to do about bringing young players through, was really intriguing with me. Especially with the new manager at the minute now too. He's promoting youth, so gives us boys a chance really, and hope. Do you know what I mean? They hopefully can make it into the first team.
And when you first actually moved to Brighton, what was the situation like? What was the deal you were offered? Was it a scholarship or was it straight on the professional deal?
I was a scholar for a year and then signed a 2-year pro then after the first year scholar. So I was offered 3 years when I first went over.
And how long have you been how long have you been over there now since? I think you mentioned that already, but how long have you been over there now already?
This is my 4th season at the minute, so it's just coming in and end down, and then next year will be the 5th season.
So what do you say about next season, sorry?
That'll be the 5th season next season, just
5th season.
That's what I said.
How long do you have left on your current deal?
Just another year after now.
And what's your before you go on to next year? What's your aspirations to finish off this season first?
Well, I picked up an injury there on my ankle, so won't be able to play any more games now at the end of this season. So probably just to get fit now for pre-season and just hit the ground running hard and give it my best really. Push to see if I can get it over into the first team. Obviously,
Jordan McNair's just a wee bit older than you, and he's actually obviously on loan now in the League Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever see yourself going out on loan to try to get yourself more first team football?
For sure. It's not out of the question. I just need to get myself playing now, and if it means loan and Brighton want to do that, then I'll be well for it. Just to get the first team experience, men's football, and it'll be good for my development as well.
And going back now to when you just first moved over, did it take you a while to settle in or anything? Did you find it difficult?
Of course, because when I was leaving school and all, I was leaving all my pals and all back home and my family and all as well. So it was hard to be put up on my new family, and digs and training every day is just so much different to what I was just doing back home. Going to school and then training in the nights But no, it was good, and I think I adapted quick and settled in fast so it was good
And what would you say your best moment so far with Brighton would be?
I would probably say coming on against Leighton Orient in the EFL trophy. I came on and scored 2, so it was we unfortunately lost the game but it was a real high moment while I've been at Brighton
And have you I'm sure you played in the Amex, and I was actually I know you didn't actually play the game, but you were you travel with a team day, obviously the likes of Goodison and all as well. What sort of stadiums have you actually big stadiums have you played in, and obviously what's it like to play in one end? Because obviously every young footballer's dream to play in stadiums
of course,
in England anyway.
For sure. I probably the Amex, and I've been to Goodison a couple of times now, and just seeing just taking it all in when you're gonna they walk around or warm up and all it's couldn't even imagine what it would be like if it was full. Do you know what I mean? The atmosphere and the noise and all but hopefully that's all they look forward to now, and in the future, like, and that's what you want as a young boy too. Like, you watch it all on the TV and you're like, geez, love that the crowd and all, like. So nah, for sure. And that's just hopefully comes now in the next, well, however, just in the future I'll be looking to be doing that like every week.
And obviously Shane Duffy as well, another Derry boy. He's a Brighton. Do you chat to him much? Like when you're over, does he give you much advice and stuff like that?
Aye, for sure. Like if I see him around the training ground and stuff, he'd always stop and say hello and see how I'm getting on. Really, because I've had a few injuries and stuff, and I know he's had injuries in the past as well. So he's good. They just texts me and says like hope you're alright and stuff like that. Like keep your head up.
And like you mentioned there about your manager, I'm assuming it was Graham Potter on about. He's the one looking to promote youth. Have you ever had one-to-one discussions with him or anything, or is it just mainly like group discussions and stuff?
I haven't had like a one-to-one. It's usually just with my own coaches, not 23s, and then you get opportunities to train up with the first team, like, which is good. Your chances to impress, like, and 11v11s, you do in training, which is good. Like, so yeah, I haven't really had like a one-to-one with him now.
This might be a bit of a difficult question to ask you, like, but you might have a good answer for it anyway. But obviously, Brighton are really flying this year under Graham Potter, like, and like it's probably the surprise of most people in the league that they're doing so well. What do you think that's down to? Just Potter as a manager? Do you think the actual club itself is just completely transitioned and what they're trying to do off the pitch, they make themselves better on it?
No, the football he likes to play is just class. Everybody can see it, and the influence he's had on down through the club. Promoting how we like to play, and just that Brighton have been unlucky this season. That they score more goals and maybe higher up in the league, but it's really promising. Like going forward, definitely.
You mentioned there about they're trying to promote like how you play. I know I'm not sure about any other club. Like I know Liverpool anyway definitely do, but I know Everton have been criticised for their first team, or sorry, their like youth teams and all their youth setups haven't been like mirroring the style of play as their first team. So like when boys are called upon, they know what they're doing and sort of stuff.
Yep.
Is that what it's like at Brighton? Is every system the same as the first team system?
Well, definitely us anyway. Like we know what we're asked, and we know what we're doing, and we know what we're asked if we ever go up. Which is good, I think. Because it prepares you then. So you don't feel out of place, and you don't look out of place either. If you're going up and getting that opportunity.
Has any other of any of your teammates in the 23s been called up recently? They're the first team.
There's a few boys, that have gone over and just trained and stayed over there and been on the bench a few times for sure. So it's good.
I'm not sure if you answered this already. I think you might have, but see when you first moved over, even now as well, are you in a host family, or do you live in your own apartment and that, or how does it work?
Well, when you move over as a as a scholar, you go into the host family, and then once you're over 18, then you're able to move into an apartment either with another boy or whatever. So I live with another boy at the minute, which is good. Like gives you a bit of independence and all as well.